The psalmist declares in Psalm chapter 103 verse 1, "Bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me, bless his holy name." Worship is the act of devoting oneself to a supreme being or deity with a deeper understanding of who God is and why we worship him. Therefore, true worship should be done in truth. God spoke through the prophet Isaiah to the nation of Israel, revealing that some people drew near to him with their lips but had removed their hearts far away from him. This shows that God is not interested in empty words but in what comes from our hearts. It is important to realize that God is all-knowing and can see the motives behind our worship. As Hebrews chapter 4 verse 13 states, "And no creature is hidden from his sight, but all are naked and exposed to the eyes of him to whom we must give account." In Luke chapter 12 verse 2, Jesus also reminds us that nothing is hidden from God and everything will eventually be revealed. When Jesus spoke to the Samaritan woman at the well, he revealed that God the Father is seeking worshippers who will worship him in spirit and in truth. John chapter 4 verse 23. True worship involves both outward expression and inward sincerity from the heart. To produce true worship, we must deal with what is inside of us. Jesus warns the scribes and Pharisees about false worship, for they appear humble on the outside but are like ravenous wolves on the inside. As Matthew chapter 12 verses 33 to 35 teaches, "A good tree bears good fruit, and a bad tree bears bad fruit." To produce good fruit, we must deal with the root of the problem, what is inside of us. God requires holiness, as a holy lifestyle produces holy sacrifices. As 1 Peter chapter 1 verses 14 to 16 instructs, "As obedient children, do not be conformed to the passions of your former ignorance, but as he who called you is holy, you also be holy in all your conduct, since it is written, 'You shall be holy, for I am holy.'" In Romans chapter 12 verse 1, Apostle Paul urges the church in Rome to present their bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable to God. We should worship the Lord in the beauty of holiness, as instructed in 1 Chronicles chapter 16 verse 29. Therefore, we should ask ourselves if holiness is a part of us. As 1 Corinthians chapter 6 verses 19 to 20 teaches, our bodies are the temple of the Holy Spirit, and we should glorify God in our bodies and spirits. By dealing with the negative traits within us, we can be vessels of honor for God's glory.